Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Aryan Malik and I am currently a third year nursing student. Today I'll be going over part 2 of acid base imbalance. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel so you can be updated on the future videos. Let's get into it. Today I'll be going over principle for answering acid base signs and symptoms. So a common principle that I tend to use is as the pH goes, so goes my patient, except for potassium. Now let's dissect it into what it means. So if pH goes up, patient goes up, meaning every system in the body gets more irritable and hyperexcitable. If the pH goes down, my patient goes down, meaning the systems in the body tend to shut down. And what do I mean by except for potassium? So if the pH goes up, potassium goes down. It's up in opposite direction. And if the pH goes down, potassium goes up. And when the pH is increasing or when it is up, we see alkalosis, as we discussed in the previous videos. And what are some common signs that body exhibits when it's in alkalosis or when the pH is up? The body is in a state of irritability, hyperreflexia, which is 3 and 4. When it is measured as 3 and 4, the 2 will be normal and 1 to 0 will be hyporeflexia or no reflex. Then tachypnea, tachycardia, seizures, hypokalemia, diarrhea, high blood pressure, and borborygm, which is increased bowel sounds, is some of the signs that body exhibits when increased pH, or it might show up on NCLEX, and that will be a sign that the pH is increasing. So these are the signs that we will see. If the pH goes down, we see acidosis, and the common signs that we see are hyporeflexia, bradycardia, bradypnea, absent bowel sounds, coma, hyperkalemia, lethargy, or obtunded, which means one step more than lethargy, which means it's very difficult for patient to get aroused. Next, we discuss about what acid-base imbalance are most likely to cease and which ones are most likely to have respiratory arrest. So, as we discussed that when the pH goes up, we see alkalosis. So, when the alkalosis occurs, we are more likely to see body systems cease, and when acidosis occurs, we are more likely to see body going into respiratory arrest. Now, to make sure we understand this concept, another question is what acid-base imbalance need ambu bag at the bedside? So as we know, in acidosis, the pH is going down, so patient will be going to respiratory arrest. So whenever it is acidosis, we would need an ambu bag on the bedside. And which acid-base disorder need suction machines? We discussed alkalosis as patient can seize and aspirate, so we will need suction machines near them. Now, Kussmaul signs, which is when body is going into a compensatory respiratory pattern. How do we decide which acid-base imbalance is the body going through? So there's a very easy way to find out. It's called MAC Kussmaul. So anytime the NCLEX asks a question that what acid-base imbalance the body is exhibiting when the Kussmaul is underway, so the only acid base to cause Kussmaul respirations is metabolic acidosis, and the easier way to remember is MAC Kussmaul. So we take MAC and dissect it. So M means metabolic and AC acidosis. So whenever a patient is in Kussmaul or depicting Kussmaul signs, they are in metabolic acidosis. Now a select all that apply question. Our patient has respiratory acidosis. Select all the signs that they will exhibit. +1 reflexes, diarrhea, adynamic ileus, spasm, urinary retention, paroxysmal atrial tachycardia, second degree Mobitz type 2 heart block, and hypokalemia. Now let's look at the options one by one. Plus one reflexes. The pH is going down, the body is going down. So yeah, it depicts acidosis. And as we know, in acidosis, patient is going down. Everything will be down except potassium, which will be up. So we can eliminate the option hypokalemia because we would see hyperkalemia, but it is not an option. We have hypokalemia, so we can eliminate that. The next option is diarrhea. So diarrhea, which means increased. The body is increasing its excretion process, so which means it is not an option, as any we have to select anything that goes down. Next is adynamic ileus, so no movement, the body is going down, so yes, it is one of the options. Next is spasm. Spasm, again, it's going up, so it is not one of the correct options. Next is urinary retention. Yes, the body is not the urine is not able to go out, so it's going down, so yes, it's another option. Paroxysmal atrial tachycardia, which means increased, again, it is not the correct option. Now next is second degree Mobitz type 2 heart block. So block, which means body has been slowed down, which means it is one of the options. So to sum up, plus one reflexes, adynamic ileus, urinary retention, and second degree Mobitz type 2 heart block are our options. So what was the principle behind this question? What did the NCLEX wanted to test this? So in an acidotic environment, chemical reactions cease. So everything shuts down. And a common mistake that I personally felt I was making during select all that apply was selecting one more than I should have selected, which means that if I know that the choices are two of them, then I should just select them and move on and not contemplate on what can or what else can be correct. So I think which I always keep in my mind is it's never only one and it's never all of them. So whenever dealing with select all the apply, it can never only be just one option, or in many cases it can not be all of them. So it's always in between. I hope this video helps. I'll be coming up with part 3 tomorrow, so please stay tuned. Please make sure you like and comment on this video to let me know that you liked it, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.